For a while, a few years ago, I taught in a school in Wales, so I have experience of the Principality. And indeed, my father, I believe, came from Wales. My original name was Williams, and I was adopted into a family and then renamed Tim Wilson. So Wales is a place that is close to my heart. And Mark Drakeford, the first Minister of Wales, is a monumental twit. Now, why do I say that? Because he's playing politics with the idea of devolved government. And devolved government is in principle a good thing, but the way it works leads people into a position where they can play games, and he is playing games. So, we are now facing an NHS strike across the UK. It's already happened in Wales. So the nurses went on strike on Thursday and they're going on strike again on Tuesday. And they've been offered by Drakeford a 4 to 5% increase in their pay. They want 19%. And when you look at it more closely, whereas Drakeford says that people who are working should be paid the minimum wage, there are people who are under that minimum wage who are not, where the increase in wages is not matching the increase in inflation and won't be adjusted until June next year. Well, that simply is unacceptable, particularly as we face a tough winter. And particularly when we're looking at the health service, when we stood on our doorsteps and clapped. All this stuff about Brexit, the Brexit bonus and the Brexit opportunities, where did that go to? The only thing the NHS has got is a clap, or the clap. And that's unacceptable. It's almost laughable if it weren't that it impinges on real people's lives. And more than that, there are stories of people with cancer operations that have been cancelled because of the strike, or as a consequence of the strike, or as a consequence of Drakeford's position. Now, there's domino effect here. Drakeford is blamed by the government for his position. Rishi Sunak says it's on his shoulders. Drakeford says, well, it's about apportioning the amount of money which he is given to run the NHS by the Westminster government. He says he could quite easily give the nurses £120 million, but that would then prevent particular treatments, and it would impinge on the healthcare of ordinary people. Well, I'm afraid the whole strike issue impinges on the healthcare of ordinary people, so that isn't an argument. People who are working have a right to be paid properly. And I think we should stop thinking about a percentage increase. If inflation goes up, people's pay goes up. It's as simple as that. And if you've got to make cuts, where should you make the cuts? With the bureaucrats who sit on their hands and propel their pencils around the paper as if they are some sort of Matt Hancock looking for a pencil sharpener in the cupboard with Gina Coladangelo. Ooh, I'll have that one. Has it got a rubber on the end? Matt Hancock, that disgrace, who messed around with PPE procurement and encouraged us all to give the clap to the nurses and doctors. Is he culpable? Yeah, of course he is. Of course he is. But pointing the finger of blame at somebody doesn't solve the problem. The problem is we should have immediately given money to the NHS if that's what we promised to do. And we didn't. COVID happened after Brexit. Just. This is about not forward thinking, about not joined up thinking, and about running around the place, casting the finger, pointing the finger of blame, fingering this person and then that person, rather than getting on with the job. There's too much fingering in this country. We need to do the job, and we need to pay people properly for what they're doing. It's as simple as that. It really is very simple. And I think Rishi Sunak is sniggering into his hands and trying to push the blame elsewhere. Come on, Rishi, man up. Oh gosh, that's a rather sexist comment, isn't it? We can't say that now, can we? There's a lot we can't say, and there's a lot more that we should be doing.